What's up, guys? Gary McCready, host of the HVAC Know-It-All podcast. Last week I got a call that a humidifier wasn't working properly. It's a Nortec humidifier. The way it works is it's got a humidifier inside a cabinet, it's got a bottle, steam-generated humidifier. It's got two pipes that come off the top that go to two fan headers. Okay, I got a call that one of the fan headers was not working, was not operating, wasn't blowing the steam across the room. Now that's an issue because the steam coming out of that header just kind of floats up and it kind of condenses when it hits things and it doesn't get mixed into the airstream. I had a hunch on what it was. So I'm going to take you into that call I did last week. We'll find out if my hunch was right. Let's get to it. This video is brought to you by Harago.com, a trades-only platform helping you find the right job or the right candidate. Harago.com, best in trade. So we're working on a humidifier here, and it has a bank of two fans, one there and one here. Okay, this bank of fans is not coming on. I've checked in here. I've checked all the fuses and I've checked the power supply and it's all good. Okay, so there is a thermal disc that brings the fans on once the steam gets to a certain point. Right here, I think this disc is faulty, so I'm gonna bypass it and see what happens when I bypass the disc. So just to show you what is happening when the water starts to boil and the steam rises up. Here the fan's not running, there's a steam coming out. And there's the other steam header right there, and the fans are running on that one. So let's get into this limit here and jump it out. So solely for testing purposes, I've just clipped the wires here and I've spliced them together and taped them up. That will be done much neater after I figure this problem out, but just for testing purposes, that's the way I've got it for now. Okay, so my hunch was right here. All three fans are running and we don't have any steam coming up yet just because we bypassed that thermal disc right in there. So we can leave this running for now with the fans continuous until we can get the correct part. We're gonna have to order that up. Let's turn on the humidifier and test it all out. Okay, so we're up and running here and we're generating steam. And just a couple tips here, guys. You can have the door off of these things. You got a door switch here. We can pull that out and it will operate without the door on. And the other tip I have for you is it's a good idea to date your bottles because it gives you an indication of the service life of each bottle when you date them and then when you change them. This one here seems to last for about 3 to 4 months in this print room. So, I mean, September, we have another month to 2 months before we need to replace this one. They fill up with sediment in here as the water boils off. The sediment in the water is left behind. And this is a replaceable bottle that we can just take out and put a new one back in. So one last thing I'm going to show you here is I found the drain. The drain goes into a pump here. We can see that we've had all kinds of problems. This thing runs 24/7. Okay, and because it runs 24/7 for the last 6 or 7 years, it's had a lot of issues. Okay, here I find that the wood is starting to rot away because when I got here I found that this drain line wasn't in properly. Not sure why, but we're a bit wet here. Okay, so fix that by putting this in. The other thing I wanted to mention is that the boiling water, as it leaves this bottle, cold water is injected into the drain water, so we're not putting boiling water into this pump. It's still hot, and as you can see, we have some watermarks along the top here. That's because the steam is coming out, rising up, and it's trying to escape through here, and it leaves some residue behind as that steam condenses as it hits the cooler air out here. A word of caution when putting these wires back in. They're marked black, yellow, and red. The wires have to go back in the exact same spot, or you will cause issues with this humidifier. It won't work properly, so keep that in mind when you're installing them. We're up and running. We're gonna have to order the part and we'll get it all fixed up. But this is an older unit. It's been here for a while, and you can see it's had some leaking issues over the years, but we got it up and running for now, and that's the main thing.